What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Baby Movies and Geek. This is Bash, and today I'm going to reveal the greatest superhero movie ever made. Of course, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was directed by Christopher Nolan and starred by Christian Bale as the Batman and Heath Ledger as the Joker. During the 2000s, the superhero genre is becoming more popular and becoming the new money-making machine for many studios. But however, this genre has been kind of up and down throughout the times, and even though we have a great film like X-Men and Spider-Man released, but not a lot of superhero film was very popular during that time. Not until 2006 when the Batman Begins, directed by of course Christopher Nolan as well, released. And during that time we see how the new approach we can go to this genre. However, the true game changer came in 2008 when The Dark Knight was released. The film blew everything away. There's many box office records happening, and it's becoming one of the highest grossing film of the time during that year. The third highest grossing film, the third film to reach $1 billion in the global box office, and it's become very successful in many ways. For me, The Dark Knight has changed this genre for a lot of reasons. It's become the Dark Knight become the new highest standard for the superhero genre. Any film that want to be succeed both financially and critically has to do in a similar way as The Dark Knight did. For me, there's only a few films that almost reached that point where the Dark Knight did, which is The Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, and Logan. The plot, the storyline of The Dark Knight is unbelievably complex and realistic, both in the same time. Now, during that time, superhero genre is pretty straightforward. The story is pretty straightforward. Basically, we have an origin story, and then we have our hero fighting against the bad guys, whether they are good bad guy or bad guy. But it's pretty straightforward, very unpredictable. However, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises all together, especially The Dark Knight, has very different feels, different kind of plot that we have never seen in this genre. Christopher Nolan see the opportunity and took The Dark Knight into the new level of film of storytelling in this genre. He cut out unnecessary subject and element and put in a more realistic, a more complex storyline, more complex characters. He also testified the definition of hero by letting our protagonist and antagonist collide and let them do what, in their opinion, what is right and what is wrong. By letting them come close to the line that define who they are, that define the hero and the villain, we can see how much both sides are similar to one another. This is very interesting. Not so many films done that. I'm not saying that a superhero movie had to do this, but I'm saying this is very unusual during that time. Of course, we have it more today, but back then it was very rare and very unconventional. Batman is, of course, a character from a comic as well as author. But regardless of that, these people is realistic as hell in The Dark Knight. Their standpoint, their belief is very clear and very strong. We know where they stand in the film, very clear. But also we see the conflict that they have in their head. And the motivation is pretty strong. The main power, the main character that move the entire film forward is however not the Batman, but it's the Joker. The Joker is the main engine, the main power that keep this film, keep each character moving, and make them go and have to and make them go into a conflict of themselves. The Joker is the one who changed Harvey Dent into something he's been fighting against throughout entire of his career. He destroyed Gotham's hope and convinced that your hero, the Batman, the symbol that everyone can be, is nothing but like him, but like the Joker. So in addition to the Batman and Joker, their relation in this film is very fascinating, it's very speechless. Yes, they are the rival in one is a good guy, one is a bad guy, but without one another, without one to support another, they are just somebody, they're just no one. Without the Joker, the Batman is just a guy in a black suit. The same thing applies to Joker. He also said himself that without Batman, he would be nothing. This is a relationship that we don't see a lot in this genre even today. Even today, we don't see this kind of relationship between good guy and bad, between a hero and villain. It's pretty unusual and very beautiful to watch. Christopher Nolan makes us care more on the character that behind the mask, as well as we care about when they put the mask on. So for most of superhero movie today, we care when they put on a mask and they go fight in a battle and save the world. But in this film, we do care who they are. What is their motivation? What is their backstory? What is the background behind that person that they're standing right there? It's pretty fascinating. It's pretty fascinating. And of course, what I say is almost apply directly to Batman, but also there's another thing that we care about. There's even though we don't know who the Joker as well, we have Harvey Dent and Commissioner Gordon, although we care who they are before they're right there in the film. Christopher Nolan is very well known of using practical effects in the film. In all of his film, all of the action sequences is pretty strong and looked practical as hell. Especially in the Dark Knight, there's many action sequences that pretty shock when I watched it. It's very beautiful, it's very stunning, it's very interesting how he made this film. Cinematography is pretty good in this film. Especially there's a two scene in particular that I think is very well done. The scene, the car chasing scene in this film, that Batman chasing Joker, that has the truck flip in the middle of the street, and also the explosion of the Gotham General Hospital. Those two scenes are awesome. The success of the Dark Knight trilogy is beyond words to define. And of course, it's one of Christopher Nolan's biggest achievements here. And of course, scene is very famous. Many studio, many movies, many directors trying to duplicate his work, trying to make their film look realistic, look darker, in order to make it more popular and isolate them from the rest of the genre. However, I'm talking particularly to the DCEU, the DC Extended Universe, and Zack Snyder. Well, Zack Snyder, of course, you know him. The Watchmen is one of that film that look kind of realistic and dark, but not that good. Not that good. The Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is also in that too. They're only trying to make the film look darker, look realistic, but they forget that Christopher Nolan did not only do that. He understands the structure of the story, the structure of cinematography, the structure of character and the practical elements of the film that he included into this trilogy. So in conclusion, there's nothing bad I could say about The Dark Knight. Every single minute I invested in watching this film is full of joy, full of exciting, full of amazed of everything, of every single thing in this film. Christopher Nolan understands what is need to be done to make this film came out like this. All The Dark Knight and all his films are commercially and critically success. There's no way I can imagine anything that can surpass this film anytime soon. The Dark Knight will be not one, but the best superhero film of all time. I'm going to give The Dark Knight perfect score 10 out of 10. There you go, everybody. My review, my thought, and my expression, my impression for The Dark Knight. What do you guys think on The Dark Knight trilogy? Or what is your best Christopher Nolan film? Let me know in the comment below. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's more videos over here. Click right there. And thank you so much, guys, for watching this review. This is PP Movies and Geeks. I'm Patch. Enjoy the movie. Bye bye.